14 Pekin Insurance Illinois Agency of the Year. Jay Peterson here from Peterson Insurance. Find out about Pekin's auto, home, or life insurance by clicking on our icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
If you're looking for a local, full or part-time job in Central Illinois, there's an easy place to go to find current job openings. It's IllinoisJobPost.com. That's IllinoisJobPost.com. You'll find jobs available near you. And the best part is that it's free for candidates to access 24/7. If you want a local job, when you don't have to spend a lot of money on gas to get to, then you want access to IllinoisJobPost.com to check out current local job openings. That web address again is IllinoisJobPost.com. Another service from your friends at the Miller Media Group.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube. Brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest on the phone today is Sue McLaughlin. She is the manager for the city of Farmer City. Good morning, Sue. How are you?
Good morning. Good. Waiting for spring.
Yes. Yeah, and we've gotten a little bit of a taste of it here the last few weeks. And I don't know, did the groundhog see his shadow, or did we get the official word on that?
All I heard was that we're having an early spring. So which one is that? He didn't see a shadow?
I think it is he saw his shadow, because I think you want the sun to be out for that groundhog.
Okay.
You know what, Sue? That's a great question. I feel like I should know the answer
I always
to.
get it backwards.
Oh, well, hey, if we're going to have an early spring, I'm here for it. No question about
Me too.
it. Yep, no doubt. Sue, let's talk about, as we get to the spring and we think about March and April, we're not far from that kind of busy season of maintenance and road work and that sort of stuff. What are we planning for in Farmer City this summer? What's coming up?
Yeah, we're going to actually work on some roads. We were supposed to do it last year, and the bids came up pretty high for us. So we thought, well, we'll try again in the spring and see if we can get, and we did get some better bids. But it's going to be a mix throughout some residential areas. We're trying to hit roads that don't have water and sewer underneath them, because it's, if you're going to do that, you got to do the water and sewer first, So these are some roads. We've got a little bit of West Green, West Market, South William, and then Ogo Drive, if people are familiar with the town, where we have cabinet land over there behind Casey's. We have the paramedic service for town back in there. We're going to do that road too to help the businesses out. That one's getting pretty rough.
Now, Sue, when it comes to these projects, you mentioned that the bids came in awfully high. When did you go back out for bids, and did they? I assume they came back kind of closer to what you were hoping for. Can you speak to that a little further?
Yeah, each one came down about 10 to 20 grand. What we did was we bid it out in February. We just opened them last week. Because sometimes what happens is contractors want to do all their bidding in the late winter to plan for their summer. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes if you wait and bid that stuff out in spring or summer, you're getting, prices where it's like, well, I don't know if we really want to do the work, but we'll go ahead and bid on it. So sometimes your prices are higher. So I think that's why we save some money by waiting and trying again and hitting it early in the season.
Yeah. Now, I know with these projects, a lot of times you'll kind of come across where there's grants out there for bigger projects. You've got the summer, you've got the maintenance, the motor fuel tax. That's what I'm trying to get to. Yes. Motor fuel tax. Speak to how this is being funded for Farmer City this summer.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, because actually the streets I just listed are actually being funded between general funds, which is just regular tax dollars, and TIF money, because a couple streets are in the different TIFs. But we do have one small MFT project for repaving, which is Crabtree Court, which is over by our nursing home. Because we're going to save all our dollars. We're doing a big project at Plum and 150, so a lot of people might use Route 150. We have a lot of trucks that turn there because of the ADM facility. I think it's called Premier Cooperative now.
Okay.
So anyway, that's in engineering right now. We might be able to do that later this year or next spring. So anyway, we're saving our MFT dollars for that. That's going to be a big project. So yeah, that's where the dollars are coming from.
No doubt. Yeah, and it's funny. We were talking before we got started, in terms of what we were going to talk about first, because there's so much going on in Farmer City. And I said, everybody kind of cares about their street. Like, they look out or they drive through town and it's like, boy, I wish they'd fix this pothole. I wish they'd fix this road. It's so bumpy. And there's always a need for roads to be fixed. Do you mind speaking to how Farmer City prioritizes where you address what you address?
Yeah, it's a mixture. You're right. I mean, we still fill potholes, and we will be doing some spray patching, is what we call it, to kind of fill in some bumps and dents. But what we do is we did a kind of an overview of all our street conditions a couple years ago, and that tells us, okay, these are the worst ones, these are the next worst ones. And so we refer to that map frequently on the condition of the roads and kind of say, okay, we need to prioritize this road this year and this road next year, that kind of thing, in trying to play catch up. Because being a small town, we only have so much money. So we've also changed how we're doing it. You'll notice in some towns, including us, we started last year, where we're just doing like 4 feet on either side of the road. Kind of like the edges, and not repaving the middle if it doesn't need it. So that helps our repaving dollars go a little further, where we're getting the crumbling and the alligator cracking, taking care of those areas that are usually on the edge of the road.
Yeah.
So.
And that can be problem areas too, so provide some instability for the rest of the concrete and those sorts of things.
Yeah, and it allows us to stretch our dollars where we can do some streets that way and get more streets maintained, not redone, but at least maintained to, buy us time. So. Yeah,
well, and again, kind of one of those things, you can do all you want, but there is going to be people out there, well, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? So, yeah, totally get that for sure. Anything else on that maintenance schedule there this summer, Sue, that we haven't touched on, or anything additional going on we haven't got to yet?
Not on repaving, or no, that's, what they're going to be looking at. We will send out letters to the residents so they're aware that the crews will be coming. Okay. So that's probably going to be in late April, early May.
Very good. Very good. Sue McLaughlin, city manager for the city of Farmer City, my guest on the phone here this morning. Sue, let's talk a little bit. I know this has been something kind of long in the waiting, like a lot of things. You touched on the repaving of roads. You had to put that off because bids came in so high. I know the new garage that you're talking about here, this has kind of been somewhat of the same way. Bids came in real high, tried to go out and rebid on that. How about this project? What's going on? What's the latest?
Yeah, can you believe it's been 3 years? It's crazy. It's almost done. They're working on the inside right now, and the building itself, if you drove by, it's up and looking nice. We've got obviously some site work to do and some stuff to finish on the interior, but we're hoping they'll be in there by maybe early summer, or I want to be optimistic and say late spring, but even once our contractors are done, then we have to kind of fill it out. You know what I mean? Add desks and work tables and all that good stuff. But we're getting there, and it's been a long road. Would you believe, we were just talking the other day about we're still replacing tools and equipment.
That you
because
lost in that.
yeah, there might be something that you didn't realize you were missing, and you're like, oh, I don't have that anymore. I need to go buy that. So it's crazy, the list of things that we're still replacing.
Now, where is that going to be at, Sue? Where does that garage get set up at?
It's in the same place. It's up on the north end of town, off of Monroe Street, which is near our school bus barn. So it's in the same location. We moved it 5 feet north for zoning regulations, but it's in the same place. So, which is good because it's a nice site. We have aggregate piles stored there and whatnot. So it's a good industrial area.
Gotcha. Very good. So look forward to that. Is there going to be anything unique that you didn't have in the old building that you'll have in this one?
Ooh, that's a good question. Not really, because insurance kind of kept us, within parameters. We couldn't go crazy because they wouldn't cover it. But I will say it's safer. We have more fire. We have a fire alarm now. and better materials, more fire retardant materials and whatnot. So at least there's that.
Very good. So, well, that's going to be hopefully something that gets done this year finally. And was I correct, Sue, that you wanted to get this started last year, but bids came in on it too high? I don't know why. That now I'm thinking I was wrong on that.
No, you're right. Actually, it was 2 years ago, and because I think it was right after the pandemic, we were just starting to recover. And boy, yeah, it was like 3 times what we were expecting. So we had to go back and value engineer it and kind of reevaluate what we were doing.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Sure. Interesting stuff. Look forward to it. Hopefully, like you said, we get into that here this summer, and looking forward to it. Let's wrap up this segment, Sue. Talk about the police gun range that is almost done. Tell us about this. What's going on here?
Yes, very excited. That this was a building that has been completely created by the community. I mean, I'm just so dang proud of it. The high school building trades built the bones of it, and then we had some community businesses, plumbing and whatnot that has assisted, and then our own employees have painted and done the trim and finished the floors, and it's just a beautiful building, and we're almost done. We're looking to finish out the little kitchen. It's like a little kitchenette, and we're going to put some desks in there and start letting law enforcement use it.
Where is this going to be at, Sue?
It's built out on near our sewer plant off of Municipal Drive, just south of Route 54.
Oh, okay, cool. So now, I don't know why, going back to a conversation we had a while back, is this the facility you were saying back not that long ago that like other departments could come in and train here, like it could kind of be a hub for activity in a way? How about that?
Yes. Good memory. That's the goal. First is to lease the range out to other law enforcement agencies and allow our police department to have classes there and whatnot. The long-term goal is to open that building up as well as the gun range to the public as a recreational range.
Oh, wow.
But we want to get the bugs out first, make sure that we've got things running smoothly, and then we'll look at that. But so right now, yes, law enforcement agencies first.
Well, and I would venture a guess if you do that, you're going to have to up your insurance and all those things, right?
Oh, my goodness, I'm sure. Yeah.
Can't ever be too careful, right?
And tighten our rules and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Interesting. So what's kind of the timeline on those things, on those visions, or is that even?
Well, as soon as the building is done, I think we'll open it up to other law enforcement agencies. A lot of police departments have difficulty finding ranges where they can go certify because they have to certify annually in gun ranges. And so, yeah, I think it's going to be a popular place to be used in the area. And so we're hoping we can do that this summer.
Wow, good stuff. Looking forward to what that could bring to the community. No doubt that would be quite the draw for sure. Very good, Sue. Did I miss anything on that you wanted to get to?
No, just excited and really proud of the community for coming together and helping build that building.
Well, Sue, let's take a break here. Before we do, where's the best place for folks to go to learn about all things and the happenings in Farmer City?
We have an official city Facebook page and our website, cityoffarmercity.org. Sue
McLaughlin is the manager for the city of Farmer City, our guest on the phone here for this morning. We've got more coming your way with Sue on the WHOW Morning Show.
WHOW.
For more than a century, AM radio has evolved to meet the needs of our community. More than 80 million listeners depend on AM radio each month. AM radio is also the backbone of the emergency alert system, which keeps us safe in dangerous times. It's reliable, free, and public safety depends on it. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress we need AM radio in cars.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
ServPro of Piatt DeWitt Counties, the leader in fire, water, and mold restoration, is once again the exclusive sponsor of the WHOW Clinton Maroon Player of the Game, announced at the end of every Maroon sports broadcast. Our WHOW announcing staff will select that night's WHOW ServPro of Piatt DeWitt Counties Clinton Maroon Player of the Game. Their play will be highlighted in each WHOW Maroon postgame broadcast, and that player receives a certificate from WHOW and ServPro of Piatt DeWitt Counties. Find out the many services ServPro of Piatt DeWitt Counties offers by clicking their icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Hey, this is Todd Gleason from Illinois Extension here with a time change for our daily market report on WHOW. You can now catch our daily review of the commodity markets at 5:06 on all of WHOW's many platforms. You'll still hear all of our commodity analysts and weather professionals each afternoon, but at a brand new time. And you'll still hear the weekly wrap-up of the commodity markets right here on WHOW when Commodity Week airs Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. Remember the time change for the daily closing market report on WHOW at our new time, 5:06 p.m. weekdays.
Warner Hospital and Health Services in Clinton. CEO Paul Scowen reminding you our walk-in clinic inside our family medicine building will treat your flu symptoms without an appointment. Find out more by clicking our icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
For the latest in Central Illinois agricultural news, visit IllinoisFarmRadio.com. Get updated information on markets, weather, ag news, local interviews with NAFB farm broadcaster Jared White, and much, much more. All at IllinoisFarmRadio.com.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Once again, a good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Sue McLaughlin is the manager for the city of Farmer City, our guest on the phone here for this morning. Sue, let's talk a little bit about clearing out the Salt Creek campground. What's this all about?
Yeah, the council's, we were just talking about goals offline here, and that seems to be a goal of the council. They would like to be able to use the campground more. And I don't know how much you know about honeysuckle and poison ivy, but it can really take over an area. And it'll choke other growth. And so honeysuckle and poison ivy has just been horrible out in that area. And so it's been a priority of the council to get that cleared out. We tried goats. I don't know if you remember that. And they did a fabulous job on eating the live greenery. But this time we need to clear it. I can't afford to pay both. And we actually have literally honeysuckle trees, scrub trees. And so we're clearing that out. It's not going to be much at first. It's a pretty expensive adventure. But we're doing that this week, so we've asked people not to come out to, a lot of people walk that path out there. And so to give us a week to clear an area, we're trying to just right now focus on the path and maybe a few campsites because we're trying to stretch our dollar for right now. And then maybe look to try to clear some more later this year and next year.
Where is the Salt Creek campground at?
It's in South Park. You have to, you can't drive back there. You have to walk.
Okay.
It's like tent camping. That's where we have our haunted forest, where the hayride goes.
Okay.
So it's definitely in the woods, but it's in South Park.
Okay, gotcha. Very good. I was looking at the Google Maps just to kind of get an idea of where it's at. So, all right, very good. So now when it comes to clearing that out, and you mentioned utilize that better, is that something like you want to expand on the use? Because it sounds like it already gets used a little bit. What's kind of your vision for that area?
Yeah, I think the council is interested in kind of promoting more of the camping. Now, how that looks, I'm not sure yet, because right now we don't have any services. There's no electricity or water back there.
Right.
But certainly promoting it as a place to come and camp. And then maybe long-term trying to figure out a way to let people drive vehicles back there. I just don't know. That would certainly be long-term and an expensive venture, but they are interested in promoting this as a place to come and stay. People who come to Clinton Lake or, come to the races. So I think that's the goal.
Very good. So kind of piggybacking on what's already in town and utilizing that for sure. Very good. Sue, let's wrap it up here this morning. I've got a couple of minutes yet still with you here. The Farmer City Pool, I know there were some exciting developments on that last year and kind of getting a jump on the pool season for 24. What do you got for us? What's going on there?
We are. Start looking for advertisements for lifeguards. We are also partnering with the YMCA in Clinton again, and they're going to be doing certifications. We're looking to try to set up a class over the Blue Ridge's spring break, which is, I think, like the third week of March. So look for us. We will put it on the city's Facebook page and our city website, cityoffarmercity.org. So hoping to get some good amount of guards again and have a good season.
Sure. How did you, as you look back and assess the season, Sue, what did you think of last year and the summer with, the Y, having kind of management of it and, it being open again? What did you think of last year?
I think it was the best year we've had since we renovated it. I do like the partnership with the YMCA. I think they help bring people. I think they help bring guards. It was nice to have a manager who understands aquatics. And I think it went well. I think we also learned a few things, that our chemicals may cost more than we thought because it was like a busier season. And then we may do some new adjustments to staffing, mostly in concessions. But yeah, so we're learning, and it was a good first full year. I mean, we had the pandemic, and then we had, staffing issues and pool equipment issues. So yeah, I think it was a good first year.
So it wasn't one of those things where it's like, oh my gosh, this was way more than we thought. We're going to have to not shut it down, but consider scaling back, or there were just some minor adjustments you had to make is what it sounds like.
Oh, it was way more than we expected. Don't kid yourself. But
okay.
But I will say that I think there are things we can do to save it. Public pools are never money makers. So we've always lost money on the pool.
Okay.
But we feel that it's an important amenity for our residents. And so we just accept that factor. So we just have to make some adjustments to lose less. How's that?
Very good. Very good, Sue. Well, I'll tell you what, I wish we could continue on the conversation. I got to let you go today, Sue. What's the best way for folks to learn about all things Farmer City?
Yes, please follow our city's Facebook page or our website, cityoffarmercity.org.
Very good, Sue. Always good to talk with you. We appreciate you making time for us. Sue McLaughlin is the city manager for the city of Farmer City, our guest on the phone here for this morning. The morning show streams to Facebook and YouTube. It's brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Network news comes your way next on the WHOW Morning Show.
WHOW.